This video is sponsored by Boredom. I have a funny feeling they're going to be sponsoring a lot more of my videos going forward. Hi guys, Billy back, and this time we're going to be looking at the MezKO PX Exclusive Wolverine, or the grey Wolverine. I think it's XForce actually, who knows, I can't remember. But either way, this is the packaging. You can see he's got Wolverine at the top, the X logo, and the 112 collecting display. Now the difference between this and the official version is that the official came in a tin. This is not a tin, this is just a normal 112 collective box. No official logos anywhere, simply because they don't want to get sued, I think. And you got the 112 logo up there, X on the side. Then we've got pictures on the back, and you can see where they've had to stretch the image because it was on a tin, and it's really faded and horrible because of the actual photography they had to do to get this picture. And then they slapped that on the back, stretched it out so it just about fits. And obviously the photos in here, if they weren't stretched, would actually be of the official and not the KO. 112 up the top, some warning stuff at the bottom, but not a lot. And that's about it. Pull the slip sleeve off and you've got a window inside showing off the figure. You've got the stand, there is a sword, there is an extra head, there's some hands. That hand is already loose again, just like the original official brown version. And then we've got 112 collective on the back. And that naughty logo, spot UV'd on the back. They even spot UV'd the back of it. Why? Oh, strange. Just leave it blank, you know? And then they got 112 collective on the side. And then inside you've got the usual clamshell stand in the back. We can see there's an arm there and there is a back. Okay, let's open this up and let's see what we get. Okay, first things off, when I took this guy out, I tried to lift the arm up and these shoulder guards popped off because they're sort of glued on there. Whereas the official have like hinges. We can see that this one has actually got some sort of tab stuck in there. So it's all glued. There's no real articulation in it, I don't think. No, it's just a fixed piece. So yeah, that's going to be a problem going forward. I'll have to re-glue these and see what we've got. Okay, straight out of the box, I just put them into a quick pose, and I have to say, it's not as bad as the brown and yellow one. Yeah, no, it's still the same body with the same weak joints. The joints on the elbow are a different color, and they're too small for this body here, so you can see that joint in there is really shrinking inside that arm and forearm piece here. Yeah, and it's a little bit flimsy as well. You still got that loose sort of bouncy bicep problem that you've got with the others. Shoulder pads keep popping off, but yeah, that's just the way it is, I'm afraid. But suit wise, this is much nicer than the brown and yellow one, and that's simply because it's one full piece all the way down, whereas the other one had a pair of shorts on and the legs were a different piece of material to the top. But obviously this is a bit, must have shrank or something, because they don't even know if I can pull them up. You can see stretch marks inside that suit where the print has been put on, and it's stretching out a little bit, which is a shame. So this isn't something that's going to last forever, I'm afraid. You get what you pay for, I guess. But paint application wise, it's actually a lot cleaner than the brown and yellow version I got. There's some shoddy flashing from the molding. The dry brushing on the shoulders is there, but it's very weak. And the actual paint application on this belt is really good. There's some nice studs in there. The X is clean. It goes all the way around the back. You can see the studs here are been painted as well. The seam up the back isn't too bad. But obviously the lines in here a bit more prevalent. When we come down to the boots, they've got some notches and marks here, not as dry brushed as the original, but the paint application on the boots is okay. See, it's pretty bad on the side there, but the molds they've used kind of knocks some of the detail down out of the boots. But I'm surprised, because I was worried that they were actually going to use a lot of the parts from the brown and yellow one for this, so the boots were just going to look like the normal Wolverine boots, whereas they've actually used the boots from the PX Exclusive, which is really cool, to be honest. Paint application on the face wise, The eyes are okay, but the teeth are the usual sloppy affair that you would expect. And the dark lines around the mouthpiece area, a little bit messed, but it's not too bad. And the paint application on the arms is okay. They've obviously tried to use some sort of highlight or something along here, because there's a little sort of cream streak just up the top here, but it doesn't really show up that well. But it is there, so they've tried to do like a skin highlight thing. Didn't really work. You can see the paint apps on the hands are okay. But posing wise, let's have a look. Again, that neck is fixed at the bottom, it's glued in place. So the only movement in the head you're going to get is from the top of the head here, which is a shame. Looks back about that much, forward and back. The arms, this is as high as this arm goes. You do get turn in that bicep, but it does the same sort of elastic, stretchy twitch thing, so that could break very easily. I'm quite impressed the arms can get really flat to the side though. It's got torso articulation there, just under the chest. It's got waist swivel. The legs can go out quite far, but that is restricted by the suit. And the legs can go up to about that high. Double bend in the knees. But look, you can see it's popping out over the top of the boot there. Ooh, I have to be careful with that. There is some foot articulation and there is some boot rotation there. And he can lean back about that far, which is pretty cool. Posing wise, he's a lot more easy to pose than the yellow and brown version. There is a little bit more ankle pivot in that boot, and I think that's because of the way it was designed, whereas the other boot wasn't as designed as well, or maybe it was just mine, just wasn't very good with the ankle pivot. Maybe you'll get a better one. Accessory wise, he doesn't come with a lot. He does come with a samurai sword, which is quite cool. This is from the original as well. It's a silver blade rather than the red that you got with the yellow and brown version. The handle is not painted at all, I don't think. I can't see any colour in there, can you? But they've also tried to put some silver onto the rope there. But it's okay, it's got a nice matte black finish to it. And he comes with a slew of hands, and these are the same hands you get with the official version, including these expressive hands, 2 fisted hands, and 2 gripping hands, and these can hold the sword and the sheath. And he also comes with the MezKO stand. I think this red banner around the outside is more faded than the official one. He comes with the MezKO arm, and you can tell it's the KO because of the bubbles in the stem. Works quite nice. This one's quite tight, except for this top bit here is a little loose. And the generic 112 collective bag you get with all these. Overall guys, I have a funny feeling that this will be a really nice sort of suit and set to sort of customize things with. Because it's got that sort of black suit there, and he's got the grey panels down the side, there's no reason why, and the generic sort of military style boots, there's no reason this couldn't be another character in the X universe. Plenty of X-Force characters you could do. Overall, for the money you get, it isn't bad. It's not great by any stretch of the imagination. It's got some flimsy joints. It's got a terrible sort of stiff glued neck piece here. Whereas if they didn't glue that, it might have actually worked a little better, got a bit more posing out of it. A little bit of silver dry brushing on the shoulder pads here and on the boots up the top here would actually give it a bit more sort of pizzazz. You could clean up the paint applications a little bit if you wanted. Considering this is a KO, it's not the worst I've ever seen, and at least you can do some poses out of it, and he can stand up quite firmly on his own. Heck, this guy could even double up as some sort of Punisher if you stick a skull on it and a different head sculpt. Oh, just quickly, let's look at that head there. Again, sort of the same grey paint application with the black panel on the back, exactly like the official. It's painted okay, but again, it's that sort of, you get what you pay for. You're paying 20 odd pounds for this. I mean, this is Marvel Legends pricing, you know. So the fact that you get 2 different head sculpts and they're not the worst painted I've ever seen, gotta be thankful for small mercies. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. If you can do me a favour now, if you can get the fuck out of my cave, I'm gonna do a comparison with this guy and the official Mezco. So that should be fun. Bye bye guys.